Hello students, this is the last part of the research in mass communication. In earlier class we are discussing about the sampling techniques, and today we are discussing about the types of sampling. So a few sampling techniques to select samples for your research are: the first one is we are discussing about non-probability sampling, non-probability or purposive sampling. Purposive sampling. Okay. Purposive sampling. The non-probability or purposive sampling involves purposeful collection of particular units of universe that constitute the sample. Non-probability sampling never follows the mathematical probability guidelines. When the units of population are selected due to easy assets, it is simply known as the convenience sampling. Okay, convenience sampling. This can be given by an example where advertising agencies are to be taken as a sample. Then the researcher can select the agencies according to his or her convenience. You got it? At times, this type of sampling can give biased results, especially when the audience is not homogeneous. There is another type of purposive sampling known as judgment sampling. Judgment sampling, where the researcher uses his judgment to select the sample. So let's look at some advantages and disadvantages of this sampling. Advantages, disadvantages. Okay, it is easy and convenient to flow. Easy and convenient to follow. And when the time for the research is limited, this technique is easier to be used, and this is not a costly method. Okay, not costly method for sampling and can bring greater results for less cost and less spend. Okay, the disadvantages is error in sampling cannot be calculated. Okay, error in sampling cannot be calculated, and the sample selected can bring biased results at times. Okay, so these two are the disadvantages of non-probability or purposive sampling. Okay, next we have to discuss about the probability sampling or random sampling. Okay, probability or random sampling. This technique is also known as chance sampling. Chance sampling, since each unit of the population has an equal chance of getting selected. Okay, so probability or random sampling. Each unit of the population has an equal chance of getting selected. In finite population, each unit has the same probability of being selected. It is mostly used when a study is being conducted to support or refute a significant research question or a hypothesis, etc. So the advantages of this sampling is detailed knowledge about the population is not compulsory, and external validity may be concluded statistically. A representative group can be easily obtained and the chances of classification error are eliminated. But there is some disadvantages also. The disadvantages are: a list of the population has to be compiled. A sample that is representative may not exist in all cases and is at times more expensive than the other methods. Next method is stratified sampling. Stratified sampling. Uh, when the population is homogeneous and the sample is to be chosen to represent the population, stratified sampling is used. Homogeneity helps researchers to reduce sampling error. The population is divided or stratified into several numbers of non-overlapping strata. that is called as subpopulation, and the units are chosen from each stratum to select the sample. So some advantages are relevant variables are represented. The other population can be we can compare to a homogeneous group is chosen for selection, and here the sampling errors is reduced. Okay. And the disadvantages are prior to selection, knowledge of the population is required. The procedure is time consuming and expensive and can be tricky to locate the sample. Variables defined strata may not be relevant. And we have quota sampling, cluster sampling, etc. Next, we have to discuss about data analysis and presentation. After the research study has been conducted, we need to we need to write a report, right? There is a format for the report. Format is, first one is abstract. Abstract is the short paragraph at the beginning of the research paper that explains the contents of the paper, like introduction, concisely and comprehensively, and it must be accurate, self-contained, and concise. That is abstract. And the next one is keywords. Keywords is, describes the ideas in the research. Though these words, the study can be searched in various information sources, library, thanks to like that. And introduction. Introduction, you already know what is introduction. And then findings. Findings must be explained properly with charts, graphics, illustrations to suit the information presented. Finally, the conclusion. And the last one is annexure and appendices. What is annexure and appendices? Annexure is like questionnaires, code sheets are included in this part towards the end of the report. A few more things to be kept in mind while writing the report. They are the APA style. APA style. The report must be written in APA style, which is the most widely accepted form of report writing. APA format includes the name of the author, title of the source, that is book, title of the source, book, that is book, journal, newspaper, magazine, and the name of the publisher, year of publishing, edition of publishing, page number. In case it's a website, the date of retrieval is also mentioned. That is APA style. And bibliography or references. Then citations. Citations, when writing some particular term, citations must be given to the references mentioned at the end of the report. So these are the methods. Next, ethics in research. Mass media researchers must follow certain rules according to the ethical obligation to their subjects and respondents. So what are the ethics? Let's briefly said, not to involve people in research without their knowledge or consent. Okay. Not involve people without their consent. Okay. Next, not to force the people. Okay. Not force the people to participate. Then, not to withhold or lie about the true nature of the research from the participant. Not to lead the participant to commit acts that may diminish his or her self-respect. Not to violate the right to self-determination, and not to expose the participant to any kind of physical or mental stress. Not to invade into the privacy of the participants. Not to withhold benefits from participants in control groups. Not to fail treating research participants. These are the ethics. So today we are concluding the chapter research in mass communication. I will give you some notes also. So you can read that notes also. Let's sum up this this chapter. Okay. Today, not today. Our three classes, we explained the meaning of mass communication research. We started with the development of mass media research and importance of research objective, followed by the importance of motivation in research. Motivation in research, we discussed about the scientific approach to the communication and the importance of empirical generalization. We further discussed about the types of research and when and where they are used. We also discussed about the approaches, research approaches, and the important steps to follow in research used as selection of topic, to review of literature, to development of hypothesis, and research objectives, and how the data analysis and presentation should be done. Further, we analyze the research design and the importance of ethics in research. It is hoped that these three classes will help you in understanding how to approach research in mass communication. So, we have some keywords also. The keywords are mass communication research. What is mass communication research? It's the application of set rules to find out various aspects of communication, and empirical generalization. That is universal truth leading to theorization. And research ethics. What is the research ethics? Research ethics is principles of morality in research process. Like that, research methodology, we discussed about the difference between the methodology and methods. So research methodology is philosophical assumptions of research, and research design. Research design is the basic framework or blueprint for doing research. Okay, so we are concluding this chapter. Thank you.